T-E-N-I-T-E. No, T-E-A. Wait. T-E-A-T-E-N. T-N-A-C-I-O. Let's write it down. Yes, thank you. Tenacious.
I'm so interested in your product. How do you see yourself marketing? What is your next
Well, right now, as the association, we're becoming more exact or more defined in what it is that we're trying to set out to achieve. It has been emphasized that we are here to build businesses, and the key thing is we need to prepare all these fellows to play the role that they need to play. So Startership's main job is to say there are still a lot of fellows who are working their jobs, etc., etc. We're here to make sure that they keep having the experiential opportunities to develop their entrepreneurial skills and their entrepreneurial acumen, so that the day the big idea does catch them and they're ready to make the jump, they've got the skills and the mindset necessary.
I think the part of Startership is where fellows come and bring their ideas to this community, and they can get feedback, number one, from this community, and secondly, they can also get partners that they can collaborate within this community.
For me, Startership is about being a part of a community that's embarking on an entrepreneurial journey at very similar points, experiencing similar frustrations and trying to unpick what those frustrations are, experiencing them together, and then finding solutions together.
I see the role of Startership as to saying to fellows post-graduating, you've learned a lot through your years in the foundation, and how do you actually bring that to life?
With Startership this year, the emphasis was on creating a platform or an opportunity for fellows to just go through the whole process of coming up with an idea, actually talking to potential customers about it, hearing what they say, and pitching it for funding after having developed a business model. So this is something that we realized you can't cram into one weekend as we've done historically. So we're having pre-events in both Joburg and Cape Town.
The fellows have been taught about the business model canvas, and they're just taking their ideas and turning it into a mini business plan on the business model canvas. So the first event is just to expose them a little bit to sort of idea generation techniques, business model canvas, and then introducing something called a problem interview. And a problem interview is just really going and starting to identify your target market.
The idea often that we have of an entrepreneur is someone who's like immensely creative and innovative, but we don't know where it comes from. And the way the guys presented it today, it makes it very practical. It's almost like it's a job you do.
It's an iterative process where you'll think an idea is a good one, then through a process of sounding that out with the world, you find out new things which take you in a new direction, which end up being probably the idea that you'll take forward.
What we're doing is taking them through sort of a customer development or lean startup process, and once they've got it for life. Any new product you launch should go through this process. And I think what we're doing is we're giving them a toolkit that they can use for the rest of their entrepreneurial careers.
I think the biggest emphasis has been on starting. So not having a world-class sexy idea that's going to bring millions of rands, but actually just doing something, creating something that is of small value, and hopefully from that being a catalyst for bigger things to come.
So everybody's pitched an idea, and basically what we're voting for is which ones we think are viable. Everybody's got 3 votes each.
I want to make Afrocentric workwear, something that has a strong print but with clean lines that is suitable for the workplace.
My idea is basically a one-step HIV home test that is a patch that you stick on your skin.
So my idea is a custom cake business, and I ensure that it's 100% unique and bespoke, especially for the occasion, and also tastes absolutely delicious on the inside.
Some of the ideas sound really cool. Like I like the biofuel idea. Like it's from a technology point of view, I think it's really cool. And also the mobile credit card thing.
So actually what you're trying to do with these experiments is really get good at identifying how do you find the early adopter. Try to get them to design an experiment very quickly, like in 10 minutes. So they go track down the customer and see whether they can pre-sell the product. So it might be an email address, it might be getting them to go visit a website, it might be to actually hand over some cash to actually test whether there's a demand for the product.
Where are we going, guys? Garden Court.
Garden Court. Do you know where it is?
No idea.
I don't know where it is. Doesn't matter. It's just like starting a business. Just go.
we are advised to find bored people. So if someone's sitting on a bench, potentially waiting in an ATM queue, those are the kind of people we might target. But we are looking for students or young professionals, so we'll try and ignore all the old professionals, if I can put it that way. Yeah.
When we went out for the problem interviews, we completely had a different story of what we had initially assumed and what was actually out there, what the market was actually thinking.
We did some research and we found out that the idea is not as hot or as viable as we'd like to think it is, at least the immediate concept of the idea that I pitched. So in a sense, we failed. And I think that I'm starting to get more and more comfortable with the concept of failing and failing quickly and treating that as a learning step.
My experience from this weekend is definitely going to help me keep in mind how important it is to always be in my customer's shoes and always remember that as much as I might love an idea that I have or a specific product that I have, it might not work for my customer.
For me, the biggest thing is implementation. I've learned so much about how you take an idea and a concept and bring it into fruition, into a solid plan.
Even if this idea doesn't work out, other ideas that I might have, it's a very fun process that you can go through.
So basically the E-Squared event, its connection with Startership, it's basically you've gotten more time to work on your idea. You come in to pitch it to a completely different audience. These are professionals who invest and actually are in the business.
So the top 3 contestants that came out of the last Startership event come and pitch, but today it's also very real because they come and pitch for money. E-Squared exists to fund and to support fellow-led businesses with an intention of moving them from just a startup to scale. So fellows are putting a fill out there to say, what is the E-Squared's thinking? What's their investment framework? What does it look like? They're going to be listening attentively to the feedback, not just the fellows that are pitching, but I think all the fellows today will be listening attentively to the feedback so that the day they come and pitch, at least they have an idea of what is it that E-Squared is looking for.
The excitement that I find with being involved with young people, the excitement of development, helping whether it's the country or individuals realize their dreams and be able to reach beyond what they thought they actually could.
A bit nervous, but also excited at the same time.
What I understand.
The market is big, because it's all the student areas in
So the judges are currently evaluating our pitches, and they'll award the prize to whoever's impressed them the most, I guess, whichever business is the most sound, got the most potential.
After all those considerations, the judges decided to award the prize this time to Color HIV.
We have so much support from people, so I think that's also what's just going to drive the group and keep us going.
Very grateful for the opportunity we've just had, very excited to have engaged with everybody, to have gotten such valuable feedback, and just to have shared our love for what we do with everyone in the room.
Well, at least I've pitched an idea, and now I'll be working on it, and hopefully there are some fellows that are interested in partnering with me to take this forward, and I think it's going to be exciting.
So for us, I think the big thing is that they take away having learned the process. So the next time they get an idea, they actually go and use the techniques that they've learned.